This is Neil Walters from HebrewGarden.com, and I was working on the Torah reading for last week, which was Mishpatim in the second portion of Exodus chapter 21. And I found this verse that everybody's kind of familiar with, but it's the eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth verse. And so I thought I'd share it with you. And here it is, it's verse 24. And when you look at it, what do you notice? Every single word in that verse is either two or three letters. I thought that was rather fascinating. Now, I'm on the Chabad website, Chabad.org. If you go to just Google and type in Learn Torah Reading or Learn to Lain, Lain, the Torah, usually this site will come up as the #1 site. And what you can do here, by the way, is I'll just click, like you can click any word. For example, if I want to know how to say this word here,
Yad, regel.
now it keeps singing from there on, but there's this guy here, I guess Chaim Alevsky, who has basically canted the whole Torah, and they've recorded him, and they've got it where you can click on any word and hear it pronounced. I think he's got a very good pronunciation. And I've been thinking about maybe doing a course for my website, Hebrew Garden, on Torah reading, and I would probably use this as a base. So if anybody's interested in that, just post a comment down below. I don't know if there's enough people interested in it for me to take the time to do that or not. You can do it on your own with this site, but I have a lot of tricks of how I do it, I guess. And if you come up here, every one of these little symbols, besides the vowels, is a ta'amim, a Torah cantillation mark. And you can come up here and go to cantillations, and it will teach you basically how to make the sounds of those. And I'm just going to close by actually, well, I'll tell you the English of this verse first, teach you that real quick, and then I will close out by actually just singing it myself. So you have ayin, tachat, ayin. So the word tahat, you can see, actually appears over and over and over, like between every two words. You have like a word, tahat, and then the same word, basically. So I, tahat, I. So tahat means instead or under or in place of. Okay, so literally it's not an eye for an eye, it's like an eye instead of an eye. And rabbis have always interpreted this to mean monetary damages, by the way, in case you didn't know that. So it's ayin, tachat, ayin, shane, tachat, shane, a tooth for a tooth, so an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Yad, tachat, yad, a hand in place of a hand. And regel, tachat, ragel, a leg in place of a leg or a foot. It could be a leg or a foot. Now, one thing in Hebrew it's kind of special in biblical Hebrew is sometimes the last word of the verse goes into what's called pausal. And that pausal can change the vowel. So here you have regel, and then here you have ragel. And that happens in the next verse in a couple places as well. So actually, this verse is very similar. Keviyah, tachat keviyah, petza, tachat patza, habura, tachat habura. And that one means burning for burning, wound for wound, and a stripe for a stripe. The vocabulary in verse 24 is actually pretty easy, common body parts. The vocabulary in 25 is a little more complicated. And now I'm going to go ahead and sing it for you, canted in this Chabad style. Ayin tahat ayin, shein tahat shein, yad tahat yad, regel tahat ragel, keviyah tahat keviyah, petza tahat patza, habura tahat habura. I just thought that was especially beautiful. I mean, it's the same cantillation symbols you use over and over in all the different Torah passages, but that one just seemed to have some interesting power and a nice feeling to it. So I wanted to share it with you. So this has been Neil Walters with HebrewGarden.com. Again, if you want to learn how to cant like this, put a note in the below the video, and I'll think about doing a course for that and adding it to my website. Right now, we have modern Hebrew, biblical Hebrew, how to learn the alphabet, of course, and then Hebrew kindergarten, which is more designed for children, but for adults too, where you basically learn some simple stories in Hebrew. And so go check that out at HebrewGarden.com, and we'll see you in the next video.